Morning. 7:35. Kind of late start for me. Be the first introduction to the bar and gym that I've got set up. On my treadmill right now. Almost 12 minutes into, not hard cardio, but first time I've been able to walk without back pain in a while. I shouldn't say without. It's still there, but it's decreasing. The more weight that comes off, the better it get. Less of a fat fuck I am, the better that it get. Pardon my French. Let's talk about training. All the training knowledge in the world won't do you a lick of fucking good if you don't pick something and stick to it. Number one. Number two, it is definitely, without a doubt, whether it be fat loss, bodybuilding, anything physique orientated. I can't talk about powerlifting because that's a different animal. But anything physique orientated, whether it's gaining muscle, losing fat, trying to do both, whatever it is you're doing to make what you see in the mirror look different, is 97%, 95% diet. Doesn't have shit to do with this treadmill, with these weights over here, none of it. It just doesn't. Because if it did, by the age of 25, I'd have been Mr. Olympia. Now that sounds like a big fucking boast, blah, blah, blah. A bunch of people gonna flap their gums about it. But listen, hear me out. From age 16 to age 25, so that's a solid 9 years. It was no less than 5 days a week in the gym, pushing as hard as it would go every single time. Okay? It was benching 400 as a teenager. It was squatting over 5, playing shitty ass high school football. I mean, it was, and we're talking about 25 years ago. Hell, actually longer than that now, 30 years ago, when there was nowhere near the amount of training knowledge out there that there is now, which is something I'll talk about later on in a different video. So, it is all diet. I'm telling you. I've seen many a skinny guy bash their brains out on that weight pile. Being at gym as consistent and the best you could be, once you put on a certain amount of muscle, if you don't consume the right food, you're not putting on any more muscle. The same way with fat guys. And yeah, I'm going to say fat because I am fat right now. I can say that. It's my video, my shit, my thing. I can say fat. If training alone did it, anybody with an ounce of devotion to the weight pile, to the gym, you'd be monsters. But that's not the way it works. It's diet and nutrition. It's controlling your carbs. It's controlling your calorie intake, which controlling your carbs does control your calorie intake. They go hand in hand with one another. And it's also sleep. Nutrition and sleep are more important than the training stimulus. You see guys all the time that eat right and sleep right and do shitty training programs, and yet they get results. Now, do they get as good a results as they could? No, but they still get better results than the guy eating like a fucking tub. So, that's really the message for today. The next one's going to be a garage gym tour. I will get everything a little bit more organized so I can show you piece by piece what I've accumulated in the last 2 years. I've got another 10 minutes left on this treadmill. Got a good sweat going right now. My little fat heart's thumping away. It's in a fasted state. I haven't ate anything since 9 o'clock last night. Maybe a little bit earlier, I'm not sure, because my eating window last night was real small. So, what's going to come up on this channel is nutrition. Yeah, the most important part. Training stimulus, do's and don'ts. Let's face it, there's exercises out there that just aren't worth doing. I don't care what anybody says that, oh, my uncle on my grandma's side did this. I don't care. Because when you're 44, like I am, and you can't raise your shoulder, you can't raise your hands above ear level because your shoulders are shot, or you can't bend over to get the newspaper out front because your back is destroyed. I don't want to hear about this oddball exercise that everybody thought was so great back in the day. Training has come a long way. And even without all the advances in what's out there, my knowledge has come a long way. Believe me, at 44, there's things I would not do again at 25. So that's it for now. I'm gonna keep plugging away at this little fat ass treadmill, and talk again soon.